Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your honey badger with water. We're going to do a water bubbler attachment for our honey badger today for the dab of the day. Hello, everybody. And if that's not special, I don't know what is. Today is Sunday. Well, how do you get the most out of life? How do you squeeze, push, drag, pull, whatever you want to call it, to get the most out of life? Let's discuss. There are a few things we can do to help ourselves get more out of life. We can be creative. That's right. Creativity and common sense mean more than book smarts. I've learned that over the years. I'm sure many of you have also. Well, the rules are also meant to be broken. There's a saying that if you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun. Why should you follow a list of rules without questioning their validity? You shouldn't. Policies and procedures do have their place in organizations where quality control and compliance has to be adhered to. But people should make a habit out of questioning almost everything. Rules are meant to be broken because how else do you think progress happens? If we lived in the box and stayed in that box, nothing would happen. Also, remember, you are inferior to nobody. That's right. That person you feel inferior to, get it out of your head. They are not luckier than you. Their brain is not more powerful than yours. They were not blessed with a skill set that you could not develop. Think about it. Do you really think successful people get where they are by luck? Do you think they achieved their ambitious goals overnight without setbacks? The Beatles were rejected from studio to studio to studio, quote, because they had no future in show business. Charlie Chaplin was rejected by Hollywood because he was too nonsensical to ever sell. The author of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, had rejection after rejection from publishers unwilling to publish the first Harry Potter. We have to slow down sometimes and bask in just the pleasure of living. You know, life is at such an incredible speed. Did you ever ask ourselves why we're in such a hurry all the time? Think about it. Think about maybe exercising the muscles of patience by choosing to stand in the longest line instead of the shortest line. Think about it. Taking your time would give you a much needed break from the hustle of a daily grind. It's not about the work, it's about the things you put your mind through all day. So please, everybody, let's breathe deeply and quiet our inner chatter. So much is in my brain, I can't even describe it all day long. And take just a moment to simply be. You know, I take my hearing aids out sometimes, and I was telling Mrs. Stoner about it. I can't hear a darn thing, unfortunately, anymore without them. But sometimes when they come out, it's a breath of fresh air. Think about it, everybody. Think about it. These are things we need to think about. We have to remember to regret nothing. That's right. Writing a book about the idea you can't get out of your head requires hard work and dedication, doesn't it? Quitting your job to start a business you're passionate about carries a risk, doesn't it? Well, if you neglect to do all these things because of the temporary benefit of comfort, you're really failing to act on your impulses, and that can result in permanent regret. I personally have numerous personal regrets that I didn't do things in my life sooner. Because once I did them, knock wood, I was extremely good at them. So if I had taken the risk and done it before, things could have even been better than they were for me and Mrs. Stoner and my family. We also have to do less thinking and more doing. You know, you should educate yourself. We should do this, educate ourselves, and consider options before making a decision. But don't become stuck in the eternal state of limbo. This is what I do all the time. I circle around like this and never go like that. When I'm clicking on the remote control of my TV set, often I just keep clicking. I was telling Mrs. Stoner about it. It's unbelievable. I don't know why I can't focus on something. Very important. The more you agonize over a decision, people say, the more paralyzed you'll become, and I am an example of that. It's happened. So maybe what we need to do is gather the most relevant information we have and proceed. Think about it. And what's more beautiful sound to your ears than you are not alone? You are not alone, because there are so many people, so many other individuals, so many other products that come across people's eyes that we see the same way. We're not alone. You got to keep yourself in the groove, but you got to remember that all people are the same. We're just different because, just like snowflakes, all human beings are different. We have to sometimes view ourselves from the eyes of another person. It helps, because anytime there's tension between you and another person, take a moment to look at the issue from the other perspective. That simple action would offer a fresh perspective and help us avoid pointless arguments over nothing. And you all know you've been there. I'm there, you've been there. And we have to remember this hard fact. Be grateful for the things that are right in front of us. We have to be grateful for those things and stop criticizing them. Stop trying to make them better. Stop trying to change them. We have to remember that it's easy to take things for granted when we don't pay attention. I've talked about it a lot. I'm grateful for a tremendous amount of things in my life. The next time you are, maybe grab a notebook or go on your phone and type down the things you're grateful for. Because a week from now, you will have done that a number of times. And you don't realize it right this second, but there's a lot to be grateful and happy about. There truly is. And we must all remember to stay true to who we are. In our daily life, make sure it's not a theatrical performance. Make sure that what we do, even though we have our quirks and personality traits, make sure that what we do is what we do and what we feel. And don't code it. Be who you are. And you have to remember a few important things to get the most out of life. You have to remember that at the end of life, no one adds up how much you have, how many things or how much money you have. That's not the thing that's going to make you smile. Because when you expect more or demand more from life, maybe you can get more out of life. There's got to be an action sentence that goes along with just demanding. You've got to make it happen. You've got to make it happen. Things often are challenging. But do you know what? Most of the things that are challenging are also the most rewarding. Do you think it's easy for these videos to be done? In chronic pain? In other situations that present themselves to me? No, it's not. But it's rewarding for me. So I encourage us all to remember to start doing, if we haven't already, the things that we get pleasure from. The small things in life that we know bring us some fun. Right now, we're going to have a hit of GMO diamonds with the honey badger with the bubbler attached to it. I don't know if it's called the songbird. I know it's called something like that. Senior Stoner can't remember the name of it right now, but we're going to take a dab out of it. Here we go. Going to heat this puppy up. There's draw. And as soon as I see a little smoke coming from the tip, we're going to take a big one. Here we go. Cheers, everybody. Oh my goodness. It's much stronger. going direct like this. Can you see how this hits? This is incredible. Ready? Here we go. I'm putting it right on top of that diamond pile. Wow. And the water. It's like having a glass of wine, I have to tell you. The water softens it up so much. It makes it so it's not harsh. Was that tasty? I hope you enjoyed today's video about making the most out of life. We all have this opportunity. We all have the capability. Let's all do it. A little bit at a time. If you get your fingernails up on that windowsill, you can get yourself in. And always remember, when you're trying to make the most out of life, that we live a cyclical life, like a Ferris wheel. And when you come to the top, you have two things, always when you cross over: hope and opportunity. This has been the Real Senior Stoner, talking about making the most out of our lives. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe. Send me your comments. I reply to every one of them. Have a great day.